Nick, good to have you on here, sir. It's been a little over a year now since we last chatted on here.
Yeah, do you have an exact date when that was? I'm like curious to know if
I
that's okay to ask.
I want to say like the second the second week of January. I guess a little bit over a year now because I think like the second week of January or the third week of January last year.
Oh, wow. Yeah, even though that it's been a while, that feels like just yesterday in many ways. Time
Um,
has time keeps flying.
yeah, and we're flying with it, Nick. We're not getting left behind. Not us.
Nope.
We're
Hell no.
we're we're with it. Yeah, but since then, I mean, we've ran into each other a couple of times.
Yeah, you came to one of my DJ nights at Cha Cha when I was with Paul.
Shout out to Paul too.
Shout
Yeah,
out Paul. We're actually DJing again together together again this Saturday at the Cha Cha again, which should be fun. It's a Saturday night.
that's gonna be great.
Yes. And you came to the Frankie and the Witch Fingers show at the Continental Room, I believe it was,
That's right.
in May of 2023. So that was pretty that was a while ago too. Lots
Yeah,
of lots of things have happened. Yeah.
and another Frankie show at Salt Creek Beach as well. That one.
Oh yeah, yeah, Dana Point. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a that was a fun show. It was interesting, but it was fun. Yeah. Yeah.
It,
Like whenever there's a show with a lot of parents and kids around, the vibe isn't weird, it's just different.
I think
I
it's good. I think you guys should start playing. That's your target audience, I think.
don't
Four,
know.
four, five, 4 and 5. Like
Yeah, four
that's
or five. Yeah. Quick funny story. Our last show in Europe, we played it on this last tour we did. We played in Lille. Some guy brought his son. His son was probably no more than 8 years old. I think stage dove and crowd surfed more than anyone there, and like he was stealing the show to the point where it kind of started to annoy me. I was like, "Hey, dude, our show." I'm just kidding, but no,
yeah.
it was
Hey
yeah.
man, just word of advice, don't be upstaging the performers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Nah, just this cute kid was like long hair, total rocker fool. I think he had an Iron Maiden shirt on or something. It was cool.
Yeah.
Didn't speak a lick of French. I mean, he didn't speak a lick of English. He had to like
He didn't
he was
speak
asking
French.
me.
He didn't speak
Yeah,
English.
yeah,
I really didn't catch where he was from.
yeah. Anywho, water.
Yeah, hey, that's important here. I always try to get some water before I come on here, but I don't try to sip it until like I don't know, like 30 minutes in or so, usually. But
I like to hydrate earlier.
yeah, no, that's good. That's because
Yeah.
you're a professional and yeah, you've been around the block a couple of times. You know when to hydrate.
I'm still learning. You never
Yeah,
really learn the right way. You just
right.
do what's right for
You
you.
you just learn your way, exactly. Uh
Exactly.
has there ever been a time that you've been up on stage and you're like, "Oh shit, I don't have anything to drink and I'm really thirsty right now?"
Oh yeah, for sure. But I always make sure that like I can't remember the last time I've done that. It's probably been at least once or twice on this last tour. But dude, if I don't have water, at least one bottle of water, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm at the point now where I can't play with any band without shorts or taking my shirt off, and it sucks because like I would like to stay clothed. I would like not to sweat that much, and I would not like to, be drenched after I play a show. But I'm just at the point now where that's a thing, and I got to bring a towel with me to every show and a change of shoes and a change of shirt. But it's fine.
What are
All
you
good.
changing your shoes in? Like what do you like to play in?
I usually just like to wear regular Vans. When I'm on tour, I usually like to wear Docs everywhere because, they're boots and they're, you know, more durable,
Mhm.
easier to, they're harder to fuck up rather than Vans. But I carry Vans with me, to change into and shorts to change into that I try to wash as much as I can when I'm on the road because they start to stink
Yeah.
if
And
you don't.
shout out to Vans. I mean, we were just saying, Nick, that we love that company and we always support them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. I've been wearing Vans exclusively other than Doc Martens, I think, since I was literally, I don't know, 8 years old. And I'm 27 now. I just turned 27 last month. Uh, yeah, it's crazy. Last time I talked to you on here, I was 25. Damn, I'm getting old.
Me and you, the young bucks.
Yeah, the young
Pe-
bucks.
People are afraid. People don't want to see
They're
it.
they don't like it. They don't like us, man. That's why they're gonna call me kid until I'm, I don't know, until I don't know when they're going to stop calling me kid. I don't know when older people who are over the age of 35 are going to stop calling me buddy or, shit like that, but it's fine. They're just they're just mad they don't have the whimsical energy like your boy.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Th- they're scared of that youthful energy.
Exactly.
Real quick, if you're at like a restaurant or a bar or something like that, you go hit them with a hey buddy or a hey man or a hey dude,
Okay, let me actually put myself in this situation.
please.
You know what? If I'm being honest, if it's a guy, I go straight for the boss. I'm like, what up, boss? Like, let me get this or that or like, I don't know why. I go for the boss first.
I do
Um,
boss as well, and
yeah.
I had this discussion with Ed Marino from High Curbs as well,
Oh yeah,
and
you talked to Ed. I love Ed.
yeah, and we were talking about our ways of doing that. And when I say boss, I don't mean because sometimes it sounds demeaning
It kind
if
of
a certain
does.
person says it,
Yeah.
but I don't ever mean it to mean
Neither
as a
do I.
disrespect. Yeah,
I mean it in a way. It's just like, look, I'm coming into your place of business. You're in charge. Like, you know, I've always hated people say this is a boomer thing. I don't think if it's just a boomer thing, but I don't like when people are rude to service workers. It's always pissed me off. And I've never been a service worker. Sure, I've worked retail, but I've never, I've never been a waiter, never been a host. I've never been a cook. So I know those jobs they kick your ass. So if I am just that one person who's not going to make their life any harder that one day, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, I think that's why when it's a man or a male or someone who identifies as a male, I'll say boss. For a woman or someone who identifies as a woman, I would probably be like, I don't know, hey, how you doing? Yeah,
I'm with you on that point of like, yeah, I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible because I know a lot of
yeah,
other people like demand stuff, and it's like, hey, yeah, I'm stepping into your world, and I'm not trying to make it any more
exactly,
difficult. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Good. Very
Yeah,
well. Yeah, I'll either hit a boss or a boss man as well. Like, hey, boss
yeah,
man.
boss man. I think I do boss man sometimes, but boss is just easier. I call everyone in their names by short anyway. So the less syllables, the better.
Right, right. Is there anybody who hits you with a Nicholas, or is it always Nick?
Um, I can't really think of anyone in particular hits me with a Nicholas. I mean, my grandma, who's no longer with us, she would only and ever call me Nicholas. I think some family members call me Nicholas, some close friends do, and just like Nicholas. A lot of people call me Nikki. Some close friends call me Nikki. Um,
That's still adding a little
yeah,
bit more though. They're
yeah.
still putting a little zhuzh on it.
Yeah. Some people like calling me by my Instagram name, and I feel like that's in a way of a sign of not disrespect, but a kind of way of like, oh, what's up, cool guy type kind of thing. And I'm just like, bro, just don't do that. Please. Don't even say hi. But it's fine. I don't care. You can
Real,
address me however you want.
real quick though, I do think that you have one of the strongest Instagram names, and again, that's at Nick Guy One on
That's right.
Instagram. Yeah.
Not Nick Guyone, it's Nick Guy One. And the reason why it's Nick Guy One, I don't think I'm really on paper why it's Nick Guy One, but I'll tell you. So when my parents signed up for the internet, I guess more or less back in the day in like the late '90s, they had to sign up for a AOL account, and my mom named her AOL account Nick Guy One at AOL.com. So, and I just adopted that as my Instagram name at some point down the line, and I just never changed it, and I refuse to.
I always like to see it. I go, what is Nick up to? What is he doing? What kind of records is he spinning right now?
Right now I was just listening to a Joe Cuba sextet record, just like a Latin boogaloo, Latin soul record. You caught me on a good day with records where I've really been able to hone in and focus and put aside stuff for sale and getting stuff ready for my DJ gigs this weekend. Um, man, I just got back from a 6 week tour with the Witch Fingers, and I'm, I think this was the first tour where I could say like I have zero post tour depression because it was 6 weeks, and it was starting at a festival in the US, and then we flew to Europe for a month and drove everywhere around Europe, and then we had to fly somewhere while we were in Europe, and then we had to fly to Portland, Oregon, and then drive to Tacoma right after that. And then we had to fly all the way back to the East Coast to Miami, and then we did 3 shows in Florida and then a festival in Savannah, Georgia. And then we finally touched base and home. So yeah, from April 26th to June 9th, I did not touch my bed. So I'm fucking happy to be home more than anything in the world right now, honestly. Yeah.
So 6 weeks is enough.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think unless you're living lavishly, like, like tour busing it and having comfortable, good hotels every night and
Like
good nights of
Frankie does,
sleep.
it's always 5 stars
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time.
exactly. Yeah, we take nothing less than 4.5 stars on Yelp.
You guys play at
Uh,
pristine beaches. Like, yeah, I
yes,
understand.
yeah, yeah. Uh, I hope no one takes that seriously. Yeah, I mean, we're not
I meant it
dying.
serious. I totally meant it seriously.
Yeah,
I mean that these guys are like just this is what you're aiming for.
yeah. I mean, it's what we're aiming for. But I mean, who the fuck? I mean, name a band in the last 5 years who's doing that? Who's like I don't know, a heavy rock punk psych band? Who's I don't know. There's probably a few, but I don't
Slaughterhouse.
know.
Slaughterhouse comes to mind.
Yeah, yeah, Slaughterhouse too.
It's always good seeing you, Nick, because you're always like got the energy behind you, and I go, yeah, this guy's guy
Hey,
won.
you caught me on a good day. I got at least 7 hours of sleep last night, so yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
And to be honest, I scheduled this interview a little later in the day in case I had to take an afternoon nap, and I'm glad I didn't. So yeah, I'm wired. I'm
I,
wired right now.
I think we're gonna take a pause so I can take a nap, and then we'll reconvene. Is that
Oh
cool?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Do your thing.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad to hear that you're doing stuff. I'm glad to hear that you're resting up. This is basically just a check-in sesh with you, Nick. I just want to touch base with you because when I see you, you're always doing something, and
I know it,
I
and I'm
don't like,
sorry.
yeah, and I don't like to take up a lot of your time and go, oh, that's Nick over there and he's doing something. I can't go bother him. And then I eventually do, and then you yell at me, and then I see you next time.
Yeah, like fuck off, asshole.
Yeah, yes,
No, but
yeah,
I'm glad I ran into you just a few days ago on the
yes,
date of I think July.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday for the archives here. It was Saturday, June 15th when we ran into each other the day before Father's Day of 2024, and it was at the Witch show. We intend to cause havoc at Bamboo Club that I was DJing, which was very fun, by the way. Everyone was hyped.
Yeah, yeah, it was good
I,
energy there.
I had a great time. And I'm glad I ran into you there. And I'm glad that you asked me when we were gonna, you said you want to have me on the podcast again because, you know, I've done a lot of like, some podcasts and some silly interviews in there, here and there, since we talked. And every time I was just like thinking to myself, and I'm not just sucking your dick here, homie. I'm like, why can't everyone just talk to me like Jacob talks to me? Like I want to talk to that fool again, just to get it out of me
That
in the best way possible. So I'm happy to be here again.
that means a lot to me, Nick. That sincerely does. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yes, I also enjoy talking to you on and off the pod. We've had some great convos through our meetings, even though you are busy. I do
Yeah.
catch a little bit of words that go, "Hey, boss man," and then it goes on from there. But yeah, hey man, that really does mean a lot to me, Nick. Thank you very much, and
Likewise.
I will pay you for your endorsement, as
Hey,
that is clippable.
hey, you don't need to pay me anything except you just need to send me some of your custom air fresheners, Vineyard podcast air fresheners, and hold on, god damn it. I can't find the matches that you gave me, but you do have oh wait, here they are. Vineyard podcast matches. Look at that, people. Now that's creative merch right there. Get
Thank
on
you.
that level. Yeah.
I appreciate. You know what's funny is I usually don't get to bring the air fresheners. I made a couple of those and I give them out to some people, but sometimes at shows I feel like, oh, am I gonna get hassled at the door for having this on
Yeah.
me? But Bamboo Club, which I love, I was like, I think it'll be all right, and I had it in the shirt pocket, and I'm just glad that so many people were there that I was able to give them out to, like you
Yeah.
and Stefan Lilov was there from Leclerc and Michael
Oh, he was.
Rolls
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. They're the alumni of the podcast as well.
and
Yeah.
Scott Montoya. Yeah, all
Yeah,
those
yes,
people.
yeah. It was like a dude, trust me, I was overwhelmed. Like, that was the first time I've seen so many people in the same area since I've been back. So, and I was also DJing at the same time with my friend Dennis. So, and those Mai Tais caught up to me. So by the time it was like 11, I was like, well, I gotta go home. Worth it though.
Yeah,
Go really quick. Going
yeah,
back to what you were saying though, it takes me. It shows that I should go to therapy again. But it takes someone I'm sitting down and talking to point out the fact that, yeah, whenever someone sees me out in public, someone who knows me well or someone who doesn't know me that well, it's like, yeah, I'm kind of more or less, I'm 9 out of 10 times I am doing something. And I don't mean that in like, I truly don't mean that in I'm always doing something. I just happen to be always doing something. And I don't know, believe it or not, I am getting better at saying no. I'm weaning off of it, and I'm getting a lot better at feeling bad for saying no too. Not feeling bad for saying no either, because that's a thing that has been. But I'm at the point in my life where I'm 27. Like I can't do everything for the sake of just doing favors for people. I want to do something that I enjoy, and I want that benefits me, but I want to benefit the other person too. I truly believe that you know everything should be beneficial for both parties when it comes to making music with people or doing a job for somebody. I want it to have as just much as satisfaction for me as it does for the other person as well. And in the
yeah.
past, the other person gets the better side of it, while I leave myself hung and what's the word? Just
High and
just
dry.
burnt out. Just, yeah, high and dry and just burnt out. And I don't want to burn out, especially while I'm home. I don't want to burn out.
Yeah. Well, hey Nick, I'm glad. Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah. Shades are on for the people at that are just listening to this. But no, I'm glad that you've come to that realization, Nick. That's really important, man. And yeah, you're a busy guy, but I mean, that's fantastic. And do you feel like you felt you had to say yes to every opportunity that came across your desk early on because you're just trying to get things going and get things moving, whether it be in DJing or working at a record store or helping out by like whatever drum teching or whatever these odd jobs may be?
Yeah, I've never drum teched, but
Okay,
I
I was using that as an example. My
no,
apologies.
thank you. No, it's okay. I'm gonna beat your ass for it when I see you next time, but it's cool.
Rightfully so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Foot goes in ass. Yeah.
yeah,
I'll see you at the
it's
bamboo
okay.
club. Yeah.
It's all right. I'll like it just as much as you will. Anyway, um, no, man, it's just I think it was at the very beginning. It was yeah, me wanting to get myself in a higher level in the world of music because it's what I've always loved doing is playing drums. I've always wanted to, you know, be in a band that I genuinely enjoy making the music that I make and being around people that I like. And every band who I'm involved with, whether if it's Frankie, Slaughterhouse, Neighborhood Brats, and anybody else who's far and in between who I could fit myself into, I do want to make sure it's somebody who I want to be playing with, even to the smallest extent. Because, like, when you're a drummer, people probably ask, oh, people probably don't think to reach out to you. They probably just assume you're too busy. No, man, people still ask me all the time if I want to play drums for them, and I'm at the point where I can't say yes to 99% of those people, and there's parts of me where there's certain people who have reached out to me who I've had to say no to, and I'm like, oh god damn it, like I wish I didn't have to say no because there's so many people who I would love to jam with even just for fun, but even I'm at the point where I can't even jam for fun anymore, really. Like it sucks when I can't even play drums by myself anymore because most of the time I'm playing drums with other people, which is practice in its own right, but I definitely do want to take some lessons again soon. You know, I haven't had a genuine drum lesson, I think, since I was shit, man, 20, 20, maybe 19 or 20. And yeah, my teacher moved away, and it was hard to find a new one. But I don't know. I'll get there
I
again.
I think it was that he saw your progression. He said, "Oh shit, I got to get the fuck out of here."
Yeah,
Nick's
yeah,
coming into town. I think that's what it was.
yeah, David, you got out while you could. You smart motherfucker.
Shout out to David. We
Yeah,
love you, David. But
love you, David.
thank you for understanding though that there's a new big dog in town as well.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
and the only.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
No
Uh,
other, no other big dogs.
no, no,
No.
no
Mm-mm.
way.
Nope.
Not in, not in.
Not Josh. Not even Josh Freeze. Yeah, he is not. I'm kidding. Josh. No way in hell he's ever gonna hear this. But please know I'm kidding. I love you. You're my favorite. You're
If you do, Josh,
God.
we're just joshing around. You should understand that if anybody should, it's you.
Zing. Well, I need a snare and a crash cymbal. Uh,
We'll get it in post. We'll get it in post. Yeah,
yeah, we'll get it post.
yeah. It's yeah.
Yeah.
A little rim shot. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, we got.
Thanks.
Um, it may look like I'm just in my bedroom here, but yeah, I do have a whole producer soundboard on to the right of me. So we're just yeah, just making
You
sure that
know,
he's on the times. Yeah, it's
a
around
part of
20
me
minutes.
a part of me knows you're just fucking around, but also I wouldn't be surprised if you did.
Yeah, turns out that there's other big dogs in other areas, Nick. Not to
Ah, good to know.
yeah, just letting you know.
Yeah.
No, but Nick, I think that's tremendous that you're doing all this stuff. I think it's fantastic, and I'm glad to hear it. And I love to see you when you're out and about. And I go, that guy, that yeah, I mean, your work ethic is just insane, and that's amazing.
For better, for worse,
For
to an
better.
extent. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this it's for the better right now.
Thank you, my G. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Because
Nick.
at heart, um, I am an insecure little chubby boy. But even when I was that little insecure chubby boy growing up in elementary school and middle school and high school, I still always liked somewhat being out there. Like it's just how I am. I'm an extrovert. I'm an extrovert. Like, and sometimes that rubs people the wrong way because I feel like it can make people feel like I'm hot headed. But I don't know. When I feel good, like when I feel good mentally and physically, I feel like I'm just happy to be alive. And I know that sounds really fucking corny, but it's true. I think that kind of rubs people the wrong way sometimes because a lot of people aren't happy to be, I think, alive. And sometimes I'm not either. Like I want people to know that I wake up every day and realize that I am very lucky in so many ways compared to a lot of other people. And a lot of it isn't just luck. A lot of it's hard work too, but a lot of it is luck. And I don't want anyone to think otherwise. I swear by it on the Holy Cross.
Nick, I
And
think that
as a non-practicing Catholic, once practicing Catholic, I could say that. Podcast is over. You could turn this off. I'm just kidding.
that's it. Yeah. This is
Everyone probably turned it off anyway after I said that anyway. So
no, no,
okay.
people loved your first one, Nick, and I certainly
I had
did.
a
I
blast.
was one of those people, and I mean, I think that this one is going even better, I would say.
Okay, it's hard to tell.
I
It's
don't
hard
know
to
how
tell.
that's even possible, but I mean, here we are,
Man, dude, I age like a fine wine. I don't know what it is.
constantly.
Yeah,
Every picture I see of you, I go, man, that guy's a looker. You're a looker, Nick. You are.
I'm handsome. Minus the staph infection that I got in Europe. Oops.
I think that that just adds to the charm, no? Yeah.
Well, it started. I actually did get a staph infection in Europe, and I came home with it all over my face. I'm glad it wasn't what I thought it was. Um, it was really bad. Let me actually show the people here a photo of my face just last week. Holy shit, it was bad. Look at this shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
But it looks
hey,
up. Yeah,
look at you now. You're back. It
Yeah,
just
there's still a little bit there, but I don't know. This ointment that my dermatologist gave me really cleared it up, and yeah, it's a godsend to say the least.
good
I'm
deal.
very happy.
I
Good
like
deal.
you got different guys for different things, Nick. I like that.
I mean, you have to. Not everyone is an expert on everything.
Yeah, you gotta have your wheelhouse. I like that. I think that it was, you just need that Pacific coast, wind coming in and let the salt water in your eyes to clear it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. Did you ever get into surfing, by the way?
No, even though I grew up in Southern California, where it's the place to be, I never got into surfing. I kind of got into skating when I was like in middle school, high school, but uh, I kind of just got like bullied out of it, for lack of better terms, and I just didn't like. I was a little bitch. I wasn't really standing up for myself as much as I should, but I still have always loved skate culture and everything, and I've always paid attention to it, and because it goes hand in hand with punk rock, which I've grown up with. But I love and appreciate skate culture. Never got into surfing.
Very well, Nick. That's fine. It's fine. A lot of people asked me to ask you that question. They said, "Hey, when you have Nick back on, you're gonna ask him about the surfing thing, right?" I said, "Yeah. Sure, totally,
Awesome.
totally." Going back to DJing real quick, the last time you were
Yeah.
on here, I asked you, was there an album or a record that you have been bringing to different sets that you just hadn't put on yet? And what you answered with last time was the Blackbirds Rock Creek Park. That was the
Oh
one
yeah.
that that you're trying to move into the set there. Has that been played yet?
I've definitely snuck it in there here and there as much as I could. And it's funny that you say that because I literally just pulled that record and put it in my DJ box for this weekend. And I know I'm gonna play it at least at one gig on this weekend because I love that fucking song. And it might not be always right for the dance floor, but you're gonna love it no matter what.
See, that's what you said last time, and then I went and checked it out, and I suggest everybody does as well. Please go check out that song because Nick turned me on to it. I had to see what he was saying about it. I think it's a rockin' tune. I really do like it. I think it's very appropriate for a DJ set.
I think I'm just, you know, I'm still afraid of certain songs, man, and I gotta stop being so afraid of it because I love it so much. It's like
Yeah.
you don't want the crowd reaction of the song to potentially ruin the song for you because that's happened for me before. And I'm
Mm.
like, oh, they don't like it. But then I realize like, fucking cares? Like, I like it. But
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm still new in this game, man.
Yeah, I remember seeing something of you like you were became a resident DJ for I
That's
forget.
right. Since we last talked, I think I want to say late. I think it was probably December, November of 2023. Yeah, Dennis Owens, the founder of the Goodfoot, which is probably the longest running soul funk dance club night in Long Beach since 1998. I was 1 years old when the first one started at K Sarah in Long Beach, and it moved to Alex's Bar in 2013, I believe. Yeah, Dennis asked me if I wanted to be a resident, and that was a pretty fucking insanely cool moment for me, man. I almost started crying because like Dennis is arguably the person who made me want to become a DJ. you know, uh, and I think it's safe to say that we've gotten closer over the years before then, and even closer after. It's cool to say that he's genuinely one of my best friends, and he's doubled my age.
Music transcends age.
Yeah, music transcends age for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. That is pretty fucking big. Now, has there been or is there a new song that has taken the place of the Blackbirds Rock Creek Park that you have yet to administer
Oh
into a set?
man, think about that again. God damn it.
Uh, and if you don't
Man.
have the answer now, we can circle back. We can circle back to that.
Yeah. Let me write that down.
All
Let
right,
me write that down. It'll it'll come back to me. It'll circle back.
we'll
Yeah.
come back. We'll come back to that. Do you get bummed out when an audience that you're DJing for is either just kind of looking at you DJing and just kind of just standing there, or either or having
It
a
feels
conversation with somebody else that they're with there?
yeah. So it feels weird to me for the first part that you said, because like the DJ is not meant to be the center of attention. The DJ and culturally in the world of DJing is not even necessarily supposed to be looked at per se. Like you're not supposed to look at the DJ. That's why they usually put the. That's why like the DJs are usually like covered in the corner usually, and you're supposed to be enjoying what the DJ is playing, and yeah, talk to your friend, enjoy yourself, have a good time. The DJ is there to provide an ambiance and provide a vibe for the people. You're the person isn't the vibe. And I know that sounds kind of dumb, but yeah, like if I'm DJing, it kind of fucking feels weird when someone's like generally just like I don't know, just looking at me doing. I mean, maybe they're enthused, maybe they're trying to see the song I'm playing. But it never bothers me when someone's having a conversation when I'm DJing or when I'm, or when they ask me what song I'm playing. What does bother me is like if I'm obviously in the middle of spinning and they try to have a conversation with me that I think it's safe to say that it bothers me. But yeah.
Uh, a good buddy of mine, shout out to Michael. I was at his apartment in San Diego. I was in the area, and I went to go visit him, and we were sitting in his kitchen, and he put on a record, and
Mhm.
he said something about it. He was like, "Oh, I got this new record." He put it on, and we were just chatting, and then like side A ended. I was like, "Man, I didn't even notice any of the songs. I wasn't really like, captivated by it or whatever. I wasn't really paying attention to it." He said, "That's kind of the mark of a good song to put on around people, that it's back there, but it's not grabbing your full attention." What do you
Yeah.
think about that, Nick? Is that true?
Do you remember what the record was?
Yeah, I do. It was Seth Rogen's party mix or plant mix. It was something to do with like he like put together some sort of mix, and like that was the album that he had on.
Interesting. Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah. And
Okay.
shout out to Michael.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing it.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. I think for certain, yeah, for certain like vibes and crowds, yes. Like, because not everything is for a dance floor. Not everybody who's out and about wants to hear music. Sometimes people might not want to hear music. They might just want peace and quiet. I mean, I think that's definitely better. That kind of music that you just described is definitely better than 40 shit. And like, I don't even like to sound like a fucking boomer in that case, but dude, if you listen to genuine top 40 radio and just shuffle top 40 radio, it is some of the most god awful shit I've ever heard. And I'm just like, how is this top 40? How do people like this? There's so much, I don't know. People like dumb shit. That's all I gotta say. And people could think what I like is fucking dumb, and that's fine too.
Art's
I don't need to
subjective and
justify
music
it.
is art. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to justify it. I like what I like for why I like it. People ask me, "Oh, why'd you spend $400 on that fucking obscure jazz record?" Because I like it, and it's an investment, and it's only going to go up in value. And I love holding it. I love the way it looks, and I love listening to it, and I love you.
And I'm pretty sure, just real quick, I'm pretty sure it was Seth Rogen's mix. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. And apologies to Michael if I have that wrong, and apologies to Mr. Rogan if I have that wrong as well. I
Yeah.
wanted to ask a resident DJ about that. And I'm so thank you for coming on here.
Oh, anytime, my man. Any fucking time.
Much appreciated. Uh, is there a song that you really liked for a time and you overplayed it to the point that you don't want to hear it again? You go, that's overplayed, that's outplayed for me.
Dude, that's definitely a good question.
Thank you.
Um, that's definitely a really good question because that is something I've thought about. Are you talking about one that like I've specifically DJ'd with, like in the past, per
Either
se,
that or
maybe?
either you DJ'd it or you just listened to it privately to the point that you're just like, nah, that's yeah,
Yeah, you know
I'm
what,
done.
man? If I'm being honest, the first people are gonna kill me for saying this because it's such a great song, and it is a great song. But do you know the song "Strawberry Letter 23" by Sugar Otis?
I do not.
I'm sure you've heard it. I'm just fucking tired of hearing that song because it's like on every Spotify playlist and every fucking you might hear it at Starbucks and I don't know. It's a great record. I have the record. It's great. It goes like, "Hello, my love. I heard this from you." Like you've probably heard that song, dude. Yeah, I'm kind of overhearing that song, honestly. The more and more I think about it.
All right. Very well. And
Like,
that's and that I mean, and that's fine though, because like it was obviously a great song if you overplayed it.
oh yeah, it's great. It's an amazing song. Yeah, and I get scared of doing that to a lot of my other songs, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain songs that are definitely overplayed in general, and especially by DJs that I love, and I don't care that they're overplayed.
Is there one
Like,
that comes to mind for you?
yeah, like "Love Will Travel" by the Sonics. Uh, you know, car fuck. It's a fucking Ford commercial now. I love, I baby will travel. It's because who cares? It's a fucking party starter. Like, you know, um, fucking another one is um, oh my god, I just had it in my head. Oh, right here, because I have it on 45. Luther Vandross, "Never Too Much." Like, overplayed as hell. Instant party starter. Who
Yeah.
fucking cares? Yeah. "Rock with You" by Michael Jackson. "I Want to Be Your Lover" by Prince. Those are overplayed songs that I'll still fucking drop. I don't care. Bangers. Yeah.
Now let me ask you this. Is it possible for a song like that that has been overplayed to have a second life for you or gain a second wind after a certain amount of time?
Oh, for sure. Um, One of my favorite bands of all time is Guided by Voices. Um, and you know, they only come in rotation every once in a while for me. I mean, every once in a while for me. Like, I want to say back in like 2018, 2019 was kind of like my peak of like, God, I love this band so much. And, over the years, like I still have their records that I like, but I don't really like listen to them as much as I used to. But it's funny you say this because like as of like last month, um, my guitar player got me a GBV shirt for my birthday because he knows I love them. And dude, I feel like they're my favorite band all over again. Like I've been re-listening to their records, the ones I love, the ones that I didn't really have checked out, a lot of the newer shit because I don't know if you know about them, but they're prolific. They release almost like 2 albums a year. Bob Pollard, the singer-songwriter, is a fucking genius. Like, you know, and he writes so many songs that, only so many are so special. But yeah, and I'm like, damn, I still love this band just as much as I did. And I felt like I wasn't really into them as much as I used to be. But there's definitely, that's why, like, whenever I'm looking at my collection, I'm like trying to be very careful of like, do I need this record anymore? Like, did I love this as much as I did at one point in time? If the answer is yes, more than likely I'm going to hold on to it, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to regret selling something that I once loved, you know. And I've done that before, and it sucks. But yeah,
That's a good answer, Nick. I like that answer.
thank you.
Yeah, that's why I bring you on here. Is Nick gonna bring the shit with him? Is he gonna bring these good fucking answers?
No, I'm bringing the shit, my G.
Of course, always the hot stuff.
You know
What?
me.
Hey, come on. I know. I follow you on Instagram. I know. I know you're Nick Guy One. Yeah, that's you, man.
Only
Um,
one.
what is a perfect album in your eyes?
Oof,
There's
dude. That's
no skippables all the way through, and you're like, yeah, that's good.
damn, bro. Um. Okay. There's a couple that come to mind. Um. First one's got to be "A Love Supreme" by John Coltrane.
Mm.
Like, it's in four parts. Not, I just did eight. It's in four parts. Not songs, but every part, is just it's I don't know. A lot of jazz heads say it's entry level jazz. Oh, it's not even the best Coltrane album. Whatever. I love it. Maybe I'm biased because it kind of got me into jazz in general, but like, dude, that album is just perfect. That album feels like, I don't know. It's incredible. No skippable tracks. Um, you know, Funhouse by the Stooges is another one that comes to mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's only 7 songs, and the last song is just not even a song. It's just freeform, crazy, fucked up jazz.
What is it?
Um,
What is the last song on that album?
LA Blues.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's just Iggy starts like, and then just, and then fucking loud saxophone and drums going crazy, and
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes I want to skip that song, but that's kind of what makes the album so perfect, is because the other 6 songs on it are just like the four, or like the six, like perfect proto punk rock and roll songs ever written and recorded, in my opinion.
Which is
Down on
uh
the Street, Down the
loose.
Street, Loose, TVI, Dirt, 1970, Funhouse, in that order. Yeah, it's my favorite. Well, it's probably, yeah, favorite rock and roll record of all time. I think Steve Albini said that too, and I think Henry Rollins said that too, and they're
Yeah.
they're fucking right. They're
I
fucking
I
right.
I remember something. Rollins said something about that album, and yeah, I hadn't seen Albini's take on it, and I saw that you had some experience with him
I
before
did.
he had passed.
I got to record a record with him that unfortunately never saw the light of day because it was a band that broke up just a few months pretty much after we recorded it. But I'll never forget that experience, man. That was truly definitely like like working with him and working at Electrical Audio definitely lived up to the hype around the guy. Uh Very professional, very stoic, very weird, but very cool and very hilarious, and didn't, even though we were nobodies to him, he didn't treat us like that. He just treated like how he probably treats everybody else, other than his very close friends, probably.
Right.
And yeah, and that was really cool. And he told me that, like, when he recorded, because he recorded the Stooges when they got back together in 2003 for their record, The Weirdness, and he was like, yeah, it's like, he's like, you've heard that record, right? I was like, yeah, of course. He's like, yeah, it's like, you listen to it, it's a terrible record, but I don't care because like I got to, fucking work with like my genuine, like, actual heroes. Like, that meant so much to me. So,
Yeah.
it's
Was
cool. It's good to remember that our heroes have heroes as well.
Yeah, right, right. Was that when Mike Watt was performing with the Stooges? Was that around that period or
Yeah,
before that?
he recorded that record with them, The Weirdness, in 2003. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. That's
hmm
that's really great. Was his project that you were in, the Missing Men, right?
The Missing Man. Yeah, I filled in for Raul when he had a baby, who is now fucking. I think so. His baby Sophia is now, fuck, man, over 5 years old. I think, which is insane. Yeah, I think she just turned 5. Yeah, wild.
Well, shout out to Raul. It's awesome.
Yeah. Shout out to Raul, man. He had a kid, and that gave me the opportunity of a lifetime.
And so thank you to Sophia as well
Yeah, thank you,
for being
Sophia, and
born.
thank you, Paloma, for having Sophia.
Shout out to that whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Raul has a band that was one of my favorite bands watching growing up, who still play every once in a while, called Killer Dreamer. Incredible band. And Paloma has had a band for the last, fuck, I think 15 years, called Bon Bon, which is like a surf rock band, all female surf rock band who rules. And they played one of the Frankie and the Witch Fingers residency shows at Alex's bar last year in December of 2023. And that was really cool for me to have them play.
Yeah, man. That
Still
is
got their record.
that's awesome. On top of DJing and playing, you also coordinate some shows, right? You're talent booker. Is that the correct
Yeah, I say talent buyer. Yeah, I think talent buyer is the correct thing to say.
talent
And
buyer?
yeah, been booking shows at Alex's for almost damn near fucking 6 years now. Had
So
a meeting with him this morning.
pre Sophia being born, you've been
Yeah,
doing this.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay.
I technically got the job at working at Alex's Bar in Long Beach. For those of you who are listening who might not know what Alex's Bar is, it is in my opinion, the best. I'm biased, obviously, but the best live music venue in Long Beach for sure. It's a punk bar, not quite as divey as it used to be. But yeah, man, it's a great spot. Been booking shows there for over 6 years. I technically got hired there before I was even 21 years old, which is crazy. I couldn't go inside for the first show I booked. It was hilarious. I remember I was just like talking to the bands in the parking lot. It was cool. Yeah. I'll never forget my first show I booked. It was Espresso, who are no longer a band. Uh, Lunch Lady, who are no longer a band, and fuck, I'm forgetting the middle band. God damn it! Oh, Big Fun, who are still a band and kicking ass. Yeah. And the band who there was supposed to be a fourth band that night, and I'm not going to say their name because, quite frankly, those people fucking suck. And they were supposed to play but dropped off because they're they probably had a good reason, but I'm gonna assume they didn't because they suck. And I'm not saying their name, but they suck. I mean, they played for no guarantees of money. I think it was just percentage of the bar sales. Like, yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
If you want to get the name of that fourth band, we'll be discussing those bands behind the Patreon. So please
I
go
was
and join
just,
the.
I was just gonna make that joke. I was like, you gotta pay. He was like, you gotta pay up if you want to hear the good shit.
Yeah, all that stuff is behind the paywall. So go ahead and join us there. We're gonna be naming names.
Fuck yeah.
Going back to records, what is a nearly perfect album? Almost perfect, almost a
Ooh,
10 album.
almost a 10. Um, Man, I wish I was more prepared with these kind of questions, but that's a good question.
The rehearsal didn't go well. We didn't
No, I
cover that
didn't.
part.
We
I'm
weren't
sorry
able to
about
get
that.
there.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Just because I'm looking at it right now, Led Zeppelin 2. Uh,
What,
I
what's
don't
on
really
what's on the cover of that one, by the way? What's the
this and right here. Their second record.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, if I'm being honest, I think the song "Thank You" is kind of mid. Yeah, I think every other song on it is great. Uh, and even as a drummer who thinks drum solos are kind of dumb, yeah, you could crucify me for that. Anybody who's listening, yeah, I think drum solos are dumb. Like Moby Dick, I think is better than Thank You, and I kind of I don't really like drum solos. Like as much as I love John Bonham, I think every time I listen to John Bonham, it makes me just want to go play drums. Like Steve Albini said this in an interview about John Bonham. Actually, he said he's like, John Bonham is considered like the greatest drummer ever. I think he's underrated. And I in a way feel that way, man. Like you listen to John Bonham, you're just like, dude, this guy is just the fucking best.
Yeah.
Like he's the best. I think he is. I don't know if he's my favorite drummer, but he's definitely top five, and I think he's objectively the best. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
there would,
Sometimes
yeah,
people have like the number one slot for a reason. And yeah, he's definitely one of the best drummers.
yeah.
Now, Nick, I have my own opinion on this about like
Uh,
one of the best drummers. In my eyes, I feel like uh Zach Hill is in the
oh
running
yeah,
in the contention of one of the best drummers.
Zach, in my opinion, has already gone down in history. Uh, from Hella to his solo work to band to other people he's recorded for, and of course, Death Grips, dude. Like Death Grips, okay, that's a good one you just said right there. A nearly perfect album. I think the Money Store is pretty damn near almost perfect, except uh, I think the song, "Fuck That" and "The Cage" are both kind of mid. Everything else, amazing, and I think "Hacker" is one of the best songs of the 20th century, hands down.
That's a
Uh,
that's a big title. I'm not saying you're wrong. I like
oh,
that you have
dude,
an
I
idea of
mean,
like where you're going with that. That's
it's
fantastic.
aggressive, it's punk, but it's like a rave song at the same time. Like Yeah. I love Death Grips. If there's a band who I think is the most important band of the 20th century so far, I think it's Death Grips in all shapes and form, not in all shapes and sizes, not just musically, but aesthetically. Um, the way they fuck you to the music business. Um, yeah, they're the best. I fully endorse Zach Hill, fully endorse Stephen Burnett, fully endorse Nick Reinhardt. I don't even know if Andy Morin is in the band anymore. Whatever.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like
Zach
the
Hill, man.
yeah, Zach
Yeah,
Hill. Hmm.
he's a machine. Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's cool that a lot of my favorite drummers just happen to be you know people I know.
like
You
Zach
know,
Hill, for instance. I mean, you guys are really close. You guys
yeah,
are
yeah,
close.
we're total buds.
He did your
No, like
podcast, right? You had Death Grips on your podcast because they're always
yeah,
readily available to do
yeah.
interviews.
My podcast is incredible too.
Yeah, and that'll be linked below of whatever you're listening to this on. Go, yeah, go check out Nick's stuff. That's what's taking up most of your time now, right? You kind of don't have time to do anything else besides the podcast.
Yeah, I know. Take my, don't take it for granted, dude.
No, no. Luckily, I've been able to book talent and go on the road myself and DJ and do all these different things. I don't know how you just do one thing and that's fine with you. I don't get that, but it's just not for me. It's just not for me.
And that's fine. And that's fine.
And that's fine, dude.
I do me, you do you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, some of us big dogs out here in the East, we're just, just doing everything that we can. It's again, Nick, it is what it is. Some of us are
You know,
busy. Other people just have a fucking podcast. Just the way it is.
I got to start one myself. I
Yeah.
should do something. I should do something else, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you should add more stuff to your plate for sure. Take up juggling or something. Yeah.
I'll write it down.
Yeah.
Start a podcast
And or juggling also.
and or
And
and
or.
or juggling.
Yeah.
I wrote it that quick.
Yeah, I know. You're quick. Hey, we're moving like this. This is us. This is how the Young Bucks move. Have you ever heard a song at a bar or a party or something like that you really liked and didn't get the name of and haven't heard again?
Oh, dude. Thousands of times, probably. There's been so many times where I'm like that asshole, like with my phone, like Shazamming, like fucking like, and I'm just like an idiot, and like then the Shazam doesn't work, and yeah, that's definitely yeah, too many, too many encounters in which that's been a thing. Sadly, I wish it wasn't. God, I wish I knew everything.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I knew all music I liked. How about that? Yeah.
That's a good start to everything.
I can't be a master of everything, but I can dig deep. I can keep digging deep.
Yeah. Just getting in there. I like it, Nick. When you listen to albums when you're not
Mhm.
DJing, uh you're kind of just putting it on for the first time or one that you really like that you just got on vinyl on wax. Are you sitting down and are you just not doing anything else besides absorbing it? Or are you kind of sometimes passively listening to it while doing something else?
Um, so would I truly want to listen to a record that I've never listened to that I really want to take in and enjoy? I usually like to sit down right here, put on the headphones, lay up on my computer, maybe pick up like uh, a very easy like autobiography or something. Um, just browse the internet, do something, not fully just sit down and listen. I like to be doing a little something. And I truly appreciate and fully enjoy a record like that. And I did that last night too. A record I just got, actually. I'll show you really quick.
Thank you, Nick. I
I,
do appreciate it. Thank you for not
I did the,
having me ask you that you knew that I wanted to see it.
I, I did the, hey, even if you didn't want to see it, I was going to show you anyway.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
I just got this record. It's called Turkish Women at the Bath by Pete LaRocca drummer, jazz drummer. He was really prominent in the Blue Note records, and he's played with everybody. And him as a band leader, man, holy shit! Especially on this record, it's very rare, um, hard to find. Kind of spiritual jazz, but just really good, like post bop model stuff. It's I'm really bad at describing music and why I like it, but it's just something special, man. Like
Yeah.
I almost put this on par with Love Supreme. There's killer drum solos in it too. Um, the piano, I don't know who plays piano on here, but the piano on this record is fucking insane. Oh, it's Chick Corea. That makes sense. Yeah. Chick Corea, RIP on piano. Yeah, Walter Booker on bass, John Gilmore on saxophone. And that's it. Just four people on it. But yeah, man, the piano on this record just sounds like it was fucking recorded in like a church. And it's just slamming on the keys. And yeah. And the art, man, the art is so fucking dope.
Yeah,
And
the art's good. I like the
yeah,
title of it. I like
yeah,
that you like it. There's a lot of bases being hit on this. I like it.
yeah. Let's just say I was lucky that I was able to sell a good amount of records at the record swap this last weekend because I was able to win this on eBay and I am fucking very happy. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So that yeah, no, this is good. This is good. This is a little trailer for the Patreon that we're talking about. We're gonna go.
You gotta make that the thumbnail for the video. That's some clickbait right there.
Yeah,
That'll make people watch straight
yeah.
up. Yeah.
And we will be going more in depth with that later on in the Patreon. So please come and join us. It's it's gonna get good. Again, do we have the rim shot or do we not? We don't have it. Okay, fucking fantastic. That'll be
You
solved
you
later
you
on.
gotta get a new assistant, bro. Yeah.
I didn't fucking say it. He did.
You should
Yeah.
hire me. You should hire me. Fuck that guy. I need another job. I'm
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
Jesus
Nick,
Christ.
you're not busy. You're not doing anything. You can come and help me.
Dude, I've been dying to get off this call so I can go work actually.
I know, but
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, dude. What were you listening to on this most recent tour with Frankie and the Witch Fingers? Was that part of the playlists?
I can tell you what I was listening to. I was actually listening, like I said, like when I was on tour, my love for Guided by Voices was revitalized. I was listening to them a lot. Um, I was listening to a lot of stuff I already liked before, but stuff I haven't really heard in a long time. The Jesus Lizard. I was listening to them again because I was really looking forward to seeing them when I got back from tour. So I kind of reminded myself how much I love them. For some reason, I was listening to the Germs again a bunch, like the GI record, and I was like, man, this reminds me of my youth. And I was like, oh man, it's so good. I was listening to a lot of cumbia, like chicha, like Peruvian cumbia, because it's just so like, oh, it's so chill and it's just so catchy, but so chill at the same time. It just makes you feel so good. Yeah. That stuff. A lot of New Orleans funk. A lot of New Orleans funk. Shout out to the DJ Cut Chemist, if you guys don't know who that is,
Oh
because
yeah, yeah.
he's got a series on his Bandcamp called Cuts Crates, where you have to subscribe. It's $10 a month, but he constantly
And
makes
that's
like
less than this Patreon. That's way less than this
yes,
Patreon.
way less.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's this like? I think like 20 grand a month, something crazy like that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, for $10 a month, you get a custom handmade handmade. Well, you get, all the things you're hearing on Bandcamp is ripped straight from his collection, and he has like his own mixes and of Brazilian mixes, New Orleans funk mixes, Detroit mixes, and it's killer. And me thinking, because I love New Orleans funk, I'm thinking like early, anything that's related to someone like Eddie Bo or the Meters or Alan Toussaint. I love all that stuff. And I think like, man, how much deeper can you go? And then you listen to one of his mixes and they're like, damn, this shit keeps going deep. And I'm like, this is fucking dope. Like it never stops. So shout out to someone like Cut Chemist who constantly turning me on to new music.
I think he listens, so shout out to the chemist.
Yeah.
We
I mean,
appreciate you listening.
dude, he's the, I mean, you better be good at what you do if your stage name is gonna be Cut Chemist, you know? Because
Yeah.
have you seen him DJ like live?
I feel like somebody, maybe it was you, perhaps. Somebody told me to check out like a specific live video of him. Maybe it wasn't you. I don't know. But somebody told me to check out a
There
specific.
is, you know, what's funny? There is a live video of him because I saw him open for ESG, just do like a turntable set in like January of last year of 2023. And dude, it was just him with turntables playing records, but he was just, oh my God. It's like, now that's someone who you go watch DJ because
Yeah,
he's a
yeah. I was gonna
turntablist,
say, does
bro.
he does not he doesn't like to be like that. He's like, hey,
No,
please don't.
he's fine. He knows. I feel like that's different. You're putting on a show, man. Like you're not just playing songs. You're showing people what's up. Like yeah.
That was at the lodge room, right?
Correct. Yeah.
W- Is that another venue for you that you enjoy going to, or
Oh,
one that sticks out to you? Not
yeah,
as performing in, but going as an attendee.
yeah, man. I love going to the lodge. Great room. Uh, yeah, yeah. I like the lodge room a lot. Um,
I like it too.
I,
It's a good space.
I like going to the Troubadour whenever I can. I like going to um, you know, of course, Zebulon. Sometimes it's hard to see bands there because of, especially if it's super packed. But you know, they have good bands. I like going really anywhere that has good bands, despite of what the room sounds like, what the vibe is like. People fucking complain too much, man. I don't know.
And don't join the Patreon if you want to hear us complain, because we're not gonna do that there.
Oh yeah, yeah. We won't be doing that at all.
No, we got other stuff in store.
Yeah.
So
Talking shit, name dropping, cashing checks, breaking necks.
just classic business.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
we usually get into. Um, is there a venue that you've been meaning to check out that is kind of local that you just haven't gotten to for whatever reason?
Yes, actually, I've been meaning to check out a spot called the Paramount. Have you been
Mm,
there?
mm.
Yeah, it's somewhere in LA. They seems like they have a lot of cool bands coming through. We're meaning to check that spot out. Never been. Um, uh, off the top of my head, I that's it. Uh,
That's a good poll. I didn't expect you
yeah,
to come with a poll like that, Nick. But yeah,
yeah,
hey, that's off the top of your top of the dome.
yeah.
Working like that, I like it, man.
I will say that my favorite place to play in LA has got to be the Troubadour, and I've only played there twice, and both times were fucking awesome. Yeah,
I don't think
Troubadour
I've ever
rules.
seen a show there, but
Oh,
I'll take your
dude,
word for it.
I want to play there again so bad. Like, yeah, shit rules. Yeah,
You hear that, Troubadour? Nick's trying to come perform a solo drum set.
yeah,
And
yeah.
just the
You're
drums, not anything
Mo.
else, just the
Yeah,
drums.
call that Moby Nick.
There
Yeah,
we
put the
go.
sound there in post. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You're just not gonna do it. That's just a
Yeah.
no. That's fucking
He's being stubborn now.
a little
Yeah,
bit. Yeah,
you got to cut him loose for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna wind up on the Patreon. Um, do you feel like you get into a group? Is that those are Cut Chemist's actual scissors that he like
Yeah, yeah,
took for
yeah,
the
yeah,
logo?
yeah, exactly.
Right. They looked really familiar. do you feel like you get into a groove with every tour that you go on, that like you're just firing on all cylinders, that the cobwebs are shaking off?
Oh yeah. I want to say like once you're a week into it, or maybe 2 weeks into it, at least me, I feel like a pretty well-oiled machine, and not just by myself, but like with collectively as a group, as musicians, you kind of just like it's hard to explain, but you just everybody just starts to get it at one point, and there's no little flubs, there's no oh what are we doing here kind of thing. It's just you just get it, you know. That's
Mm.
why the middle of the tour is like kind of when you feel the best, and like when you play, and I think you play the best personally. Yeah.
All right, all right. Was there a specific show from this last tour that stuck out to you for whatever reason?
Yeah. Paris was definitely the most memorable show in the worst way and the best way, because the show itself was fucking incredible. Best show we've ever done in Paris for sure. It was at a bar called well, it's not really a bar. I mean, it's a bar, but it's more of a venue called La Moquernly. I don't know how to fucking say it. My French tongue is terrible.
It sounded good
Um,
though. I'm just telling you from a listener's
yeah,
perspective, it sounded
it's
good.
it's it's really hard to pronounce. I can't do it. Yeah, great show, sold out, probably 400 people there, sweaty as hell. Uh, yeah, crowd surfing, stage diving. We played great. We felt great. It was a great show. But before the show that day, we had to take the underground tunnel, like the tunnel they call it, from the UK to get to Paris. And mind you, we were up at like 7 in the morning to make that trip, and then we finally got to the border of France at like noon. But long story short, we got held up at the border for over 3 hours, and we had to pay a hefty fee to an undisclosed amount of money to the border because of our merchandise, and we had to pay I don't know a lot of money, and
And
it
plus,
made
they
us
wanted T-shirts too, which is like,
yeah
okay, cool.
exactly
What size? Yeah. And of course, we're gonna be talking
yeah.
about that amount of money on the Patreon.
Anywho, yeah, fucking that's what sucks. And it made us 3 hours late to sound check. We didn't even get the sound check when we got there. I think we had to sound check in front of everybody, which was kind of annoying because, the audience was hungry and just ready for us to play, and it was hot as hell in there. And yeah, we also had to drive 2 hours to get to after the show to get there to get to our next show the next day. So I think we were in Paris for a total of 5 hours, which sucks. I've been to Paris like 4 times. I've never really gotten to see the city, which sucks. But hopefully next time we get a day off or something.
Maybe.
Yeah. I finally had a day off in Berlin, and man, that shit was rad. Just walked around, drank with my boys all day, and that was it.
That's a good day. That's a good day
Yeah,
anywhere. Yeah.
yeah. Just drink some brewskis. Yeah, but you can do that legally there. That's what's so cool, dude. I was drinking a Jack and Coke in the fucking park. How awesome that felt? I felt like a king.
Yeah. Drinking in public. And we don't recommend that for anybody in places that it's not legal to do.
Yeah,
At all. We would never do that. But if we did
no,
do it, it's pretty fun to do. If we did do
exactly.
that. If
If
we
we
did
did do that, but we don't do those kinds of things
if we
because
ever
we are.
did any of those things, it's like pretty fucking fun. We've
Yeah,
heard.
yeah, yeah. We've heard because we respect authority and do not do those things.
Absolutely.
Because
No,
we're law-abiding citizens.
we stop at stop signs.
We do
If it says don't turn on red, we usually we do not do that. Usually.
usually.
Sometimes you kind of have to. Anyways, going back to this whole wearing shorts while playing business
Hmm.
here. When was the last time you played in pants?
It's funny you say that because yesterday was probably the first time I did that in a long time, and I only did it because I was kind of feeling lazy and didn't think I was going to really have to. Um, my father and I have a Black Sabbath cover band together that we do from time to time. Uh, I know it's funny,
No,
and
I remember we talked about this on the
yeah,
on the first episode, and I really like that. I think that's really rad. It's
yeah,
you and your father and your friend and his father, right?
that's correct. That's
Okay,
exactly it.
cool.
And yeah, I just didn't really think it was that hot. It was going to be that hot, and I don't know. By the time the third song went on, I was like, "Fuck, dude, why did I do this? Like, I should have just put the fucking shorts on." Yeah. Now I gotta wash my pants, and I hate doing laundry. So yeah, but
Right.
yeah, but I think the last time before that, man, wow, I think it was probably a show with Slaughterhouse in like February or something where I might have been really fan and it was a short set and I was just like, it's fine. But yeah, every Frankie show, gotta wear shorts or wow.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Are you packing equal amount of shorts to equal amount of pants on tour?
Oh no way in hell. Yeah. I think on this last tour I brought 3 pairs of pants and 2 pairs of shorts. Yeah.
How many pairs of pants are in the regular rotation for you, Nick?
On the road,
No, just
three.
no in your
Oh,
in life.
like three.
Okay.
I know, man. I'm pretty. Everyone's got the thing that they spend too much money on, and mine is obviously records.
I was
A
gonna
lot
say
of
shirts, but it's okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
No, I don't really spend a lot of money on clothes, man. I've never really been into vintage. Like, I think it's cool, and I'll buy a cool vintage shirt once in a while, but I don't go digging for that kind of stuff, and I don't really spend crazy money on vintage like a lot of people do, or other things that people might have their vice for. My vice is records.
All right. So like three pairs of pants in the rotation.
Yeah, and about 10 shirts,
All right.
and as much underwear as I could fit as possible, because I go through undies and socks quick.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can wear a pair of pants for a while, and it's not going to be an issue. And you can also do
Exactly.
that with shirts if you're
Mm.
if you're cycling through some. But
Yeah,
underwear and socks, I mean, those.
gonna get stinky quick.
What was your favorite song to play on this last tour?
Oh man. Shit. Probably man, uh probably future phobic. Um because that's one we didn't really bring into the live rotation until I want to say like late in the second half of 2023. Like I think we played it for the first time in like August of 2023 at a festival in Europe when we went there for the second time in 2023. And the reason why we didn't play that song for so long is just because like I don't know, we didn't think it would be possible to play live, or we didn't really think it was going to hit live. But nah, man, that shit is like the undisputed live banger at this point. So yeah, that's definitely like that was kind of a sleeper hit for us. Like we did not expect the crowd reaction to be as good for that one as we thought it was going to be.
Awesome. I mean, you just crossed like the second year of being in this band, right? It's been 2 years.
2.5 years. Yeah.
2.5 years.
It'll be three in January of 20, 2020,
Five.
2020. Yeah, 2025. That's right.
Does it feel like it's been 2 years?
It feels like it's been way longer, if I'm being honest, because we've just spent so much fucking, you know, uh,
Time
so much.
together
And
and
yeah,
such. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I can't put into words like how much time blends together when you spend so much time with a specific amount of people. I feel like I've known them forever,
Right.
uh, and it definitely has felt a lot more than 2 years.
Is it difficult to coordinate your other jobs and obligations when you go out on tour?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, and obviously it's hard for me to commit to all the things musically that my other bands want me to do with them. Obviously that is a challenge. So obviously I can't do everything that I physically can't be there for. I can't be at every show I put together at Alex's. I can't play every show that I get asked to play with my bands. Um, Obviously it's hard. Sometimes it's hard for me to focus and do my Alex's bar work, because I could do everything remotely. I do mostly everything remotely when I'm home anyway, but it's even harder when, you're away from home. It's just how it is, you know. You might be on a completely different time schedule. You might be super tired. You might not be able to fucking focus in the van that day. It's there's a lot of factors. But in some ways, I feel like I'm better at being on top of it while I'm gone. And I don't know. I wouldn't say it's harder. It's just different. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it more difficult to step away from that and go into touring, or is it more difficult getting back into the swing of things when you get back?
That's a good question. Um,
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it.
no worries, man. It's such a good question. I'm not even gonna bother answering it. I'm kidding.
That's fair.
Um,
That's fair.
no, no, I would say that I definitely get very nervous before I leave for tour. And then once I'm there, I'm good. And then I would say that I have a I definitely feel a lot less stressed when I'm on the road. but I feel a lot less stressed on the road, and I feel more prone to burning out and stressing out more when I'm at home, because I feel like when I'm on tour, I'm forced to not have control of things. And when I'm home, I have more control of things. So when things start to pile up and I can't control those things, I lose my fucking mind. But on tour, you're kind of only really doing one thing, and things don't really pile up as easy as they do at home. So, in a way, I do like being on tour a little more, but in some ways, it is nice to be home and just fucking do this in the rare moments when I can.
Yeah. Is it
Does that make sense?
No, totally. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The things that do tend to stack up on the road are way more manageable because it's just less of stuff that when you get home and you're bombarded with other things with life.
exactly.
What do you usually do to unwind like when you come home from tour? Like is there a modus operandi when you get back
Uh,
home?
I immediately go to a concert and then I go to one the next. I mean, I actually did that because I'm fucking crazy. But, the day I got home from a 6 week tour, I went and saw the Jesus Lizard at the Garden Amp. And it was so worth getting up at 4 in the morning for off of 2.5 hours of sleep after just playing a show at Savannah, Georgia the night before. Because I know for a fact it was the best show I'm going to see all year. And probably one of my favorite shows I've ever seen in general. That's how much I love the Jesus Lizard. And yeah, it was so worth it. And then the game the next day at the Clash House in Pomona because I'm crazy. But yeah, to unwind, man, I just kind of slowly but surely get back into my thing. Take a week off with the band usually. Uh, we just jammed yesterday for the first time after being back. Felt good. Reworking some stuff, working on some new stuff. Um, Slowly but surely getting back into my work with booking and, getting my list back in order and trying to get on a more consistent schedule of sleep, which I have, which has been so nice for me, which has been insane. I feel like I've been getting at least 7 hours of sleep each night before, since I've gotten home, which is awesome. I've been getting tired easy, more bet like genuinely tired at an earlier time rather than super late, which is good. It means I'm getting up earlier and going to bed earlier, which I think is good. Um, Hopefully I can stay on that train as long as I can after this weekend. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
Uh
check. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do another episode next Monday.
yeah, what time does it have to be until you classify it as early in the morning, distinguishing it from late in the evening? What is that kind of gray area there?
So when I'm like kind of I think early in the morning for me to get up is like between 8 and 9. And I know that's like normal for a lot of people, but in the line of work that I'm in, I'm usually, on average, I would say before I got home from tour, and probably be up at 10, sometimes 11, sometimes noon, but on average 10. Um, but I'm up, and I would say, going bed late for me would be any between 2 and 3, which was on average. But now I don't know. I've been getting sleepy around like 11:30 midnight now, and I'm asleep by like 12:31, and even that extra hour of going to bed that early, kind of a kind of a makes a huge difference. That 1 hour really makes a gigantic difference.
Do you feel like sleep has become a more reoccurring, not issue, but just like something that you become more present of, I guess, or thinking about
Um,
more?
oh, dude, yeah. I want to say like in the last like 2 months specifically, I'm always the guy who wants, with in a group, like, yeah, let's fucking go out, let's party. Now I'm like, dude, if I'm tired, like, I'm tired. I'm gonna go rest. Like, I'm sorry. I know it's better for me. I know it's better probably for the other people who I'm hanging out with too. You know, I think, as you get older, it's very important to prioritize rest and specifically sleep. Nothing feels better than a good night of sleep. Nothing. Except maybe when you're like holding a piss for a long time because you fucking have to, and then you finally get to the toilet and you're just like, oh my god, yeah, that is like runner up. Yeah,
Those are the best feelings you could feel as a law-abiding citizen. That's it.
yeah, exactly.
That's creme de la creme.
Yeah, yeah.
What is the most rewarding part of working on and working with music in all the capacities that you work in with it?
Um, you actually feel like you do something because you, in my experience, you get you get you get out of music what you put into it. You know, it feels like it's a
Symbiotic relationship.
yeah, exactly. I've had jobs in the past where like you don't get any sort of satisfaction for like even if you get paid, it's just like, man, that sucked. Like I it's nice to have a job. It's so like this is kind of going back to like what I said earlier. It's nice to have I'm so grateful to have a job where I actually get paid for doing something that I love to do, you know? And it's something that like, it gets hard sometimes. Every job gets fucking hard sometimes. But dude, like clocking in and just working a retail job, dude, like I I hope I never have to do it again. Is all I'm gonna say. God forbid.
What are you putting into music right now? And expecting to get out of it.
I mean, dude, my entire life, I live and breathe. Like, I know that sounds corny, but I live and breathe music. I'm, I work with it on the inside and the outside. Like, I don't only play in bands, I book bands, so I'm always listening to those bands. I am a record collector slash DJ, so I'm always looking for new records to listen to, and you know, listening to music at home and looking up music on the internet that intrigues me, and learning about music history. Nothing really else, not that much else in the world interests me. Not really a big movie guy, not really a big TV guy, not really a gigantic book guy. I'll watch something or read something if it's something that is probably something that I'm already interested, which is music. And sometimes I think I'm kind of not that intelligent because of that, but that's fine. I'm kind of at the point where I don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think that measures your intelligence level, Nick. I think you're pretty on the ball.
yeah, I mean,
But
I've
take it
gotten to
from
where
me
I'm
that
at.
is not like I'm not that kind of guy either. So take that with a grain of salt is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, thank you. And I've gotten to where I'm at in the last, you know, I would say that since I've been 19, 20 years old, I've really been doing music like head on fully. Like no more school, just all things music. And you know, I ain't living in riches, but I'm comfortable, and I hope to continue to be comfortable as I get older and do it through music in some way, shape, or form.
I hope you get to the point of comfortability that you don't have to do music anymore. I hope that your comfort level just gets music right out of there. All right.
Yeah, it's like yeah,
Nick, I do appreciate you coming on here on a genuine note. It is very good to always chat with you, and especially on this format. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
oh man, it's a pleasure and an honor, and it's great being in such a great roster of all the kinds of people you have on here. You have so many of my favorite musicians on here. You know, I think you just had
Name 40 right now. No.
40 right now. I don't know. You've had my dude Paul twice now. And we're DJing together this Saturday again. Plug in. I doubt this will be out before then, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, you've had my bandmates on here. I think I saw you just had the person from Color Green, right?
Oh yeah,
Didn't that just come out?
I've been doing all the color green people, and go back and listen to all those.
I know.
All
Yeah.
these you
Uh,
included, Nick. Please, we need to get those views up on something that
yeah.
the
I'll just keep refreshing the page as much as I can.
please
Um,
do because I mean, yeah, the Patreon's doing really well, but the public stuff not so much. So we need to boost those numbers.
I'll make it
Um,
work. I'll. I'll hire somebody to just keep refreshing the page.
Thank you. That's what I was really itching for. Thank you. I know I know that you're a tech bro, so please
Oh
get
yeah, yeah, dude.
some of your
I'm
guys on
actually
it.
so some big news for everyone at home. I'm leaving Los Angeles and I'm moving to the Silicon Valley, and I'm working for Apple.
I knew it. I fucking knew
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
mean,
I'm
it was
throwing
inevitable.
I'm throwing away this music shit. I'm using this for a down payment on a Tesla. Uh, yeah,
For the
is
other
what it is.
Tesla, because people don't know that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
already have one.
Because I
Yeah.
already got. Well, I have two actually. Yeah.
Nick, I do appreciate you coming on here, but before I let you go, oh, and thank you for your kind words. I do appreciate that. But before I let you go, I gotta do the promo here.
Oh yeah, let's do
Um,
it.
Frankie the Witch Fingers music streaming everywhere, wherever you get your music. That's where you could find it. You could buy the stuff through Greenway Records and the Bandcamp that I don't have the thing in front of me, but they'll all be linked below.
That's correct.
Neighborhood Brats also streaming everywhere.
That's right.
Cool. And uh the Instagram is at Neighborhood Brats, so keep up to date with everything going on there
Slaughterhouse
by
as well.
Slaughterhouse and that's at slaughterhouse.la on Instagram to keep up to date with all those shows. And their band camps and merch and whatever other links that you need to be following will be linked below, whatever you're listening to this on. And go follow Nick to keep up to date with the whatever he's doing, wherever he is in the world. Yeah, you, that guy. Yeah.
Oh,
At Nick Guy One on Instagram. We're talking about music. We're talking about just records in general. Kind of maybe a little beverage now and then, perhaps.
mhm. Some
All
some 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 food porn.
some food
Um,
pornography.
yeah, some funny dank memes.
The
Yeah,
dankest memes.
yeah, absurd shit I see out in public. Uh, you know, just a little step into my life here and there.
Just all the good stuff. Yeah, but yeah, um what's going on at Alex's and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff too. Anything that's
It,
involved that. Yeah.
everything you want is by following at Nick Guy One on Instagram. That's that's where you find everything you need. That's it.
Correct. That was my
Uh
plankton impression from SpongeBob.
I liked it. I liked it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um and is there anything else we got to promote that we got to tell the people about before we cut you loose here?
Nah, man. Well, I will say, Frankie doesn't really have much stuff. We're doing something really cool in July that I can't announce yet, unfortunately. Um, we got a couple fests coming up. Nothing crazy coming up anytime soon. We got some stuff coming up later in the year. But Slaughterhouse has some dope shows coming up in July. We're playing in Phoenix on July 11th, San Diego on July 13th. No, Jesus. Phoenix, July 11th, San Diego, July 12th, San Francisco, July 13th. And then we got a hometown show at the Terragram Ballroom on July 19th. And I want to see every motherfucker in LA at that show because we got a good lineup. We got Nice, we got Bitch Kiss, we got Karomi, and we got Slaughterhouse. And that's a pretty damn good lineup, if you ask me.
Pretty good lineup there. Yeah, I mean, please go listen to Taylor Ramirez's episode on this
Oh, yeah, you
podcast
had
as
Taylor
well.
on. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and shout out to Taylor, shout out to Eddie, and I'm forgetting the singer's name now. The new one. What is her name?
Marielle.
Marielle, and shout out to Marielle as well, and shout out to you, Nick. Thank you so much for coming on here.
Hey, man, it's been a pleasure and an honor, like I said. I can't
I
wait
will.
to do it again.
I'll see you in a year, but I'll see you tonight. I'm gonna bring by some beers. It'll be a nice time.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Nick. I'm gonna stop recording this. I'll talk to you in a minute. Okay. Cool. Thank you, sir.